Here is a situation for you all. What will happen if all the Indians were to leave the United States? How will the US look? Will it be good, or will the United States become a nightmare? Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I'm Dhriti Yatri. And if all the Indians were to leave the United States, the impact would be felt across every single sector of the economy, culture and society. Indians have played a transformational role in shaping the United States, particularly in industries like technology, healthcare and education. With over 4.8 million Indian Americans living in the US, they are the second largest immigration group after Mexicans. They account for a significant portion of the workforce in crucial fields, particularly the tech industry we are talking about, where Indian talent form the backbone. Approximately 20% of the H-1B visa workforce consist of Indians, and they are the driving force behind much of Silicon Valley's innovation. Indian origin professionals hold key leadership positions in global tech giants with key figures like Sundar Pichai at Google and Satya Nadella at Microsoft. Over 30% of the CEOs in Silicon Valley startup are of Indian descent, and the absence of this group would deal a massive blow to the $2 trillion tech industry, leading to a severe skill shortage and economic disruptions. Then comes the healthcare sector. Now, in this particular sector, the departure of Indians would lead to a near crisis. Indian origin doctors make up 8% of the US physician workforce, totaling over 120,000. Now, these professionals are vital in addressing healthcare needs, specifically in underserved rural areas. Without them, the healthcare access would diminish significantly. The pharmaceutical industry, where Indian businesses dominate the generic market, would also suffer. Prices for essential medications would skyrocket due to reduction in the competition. Moreover, the education sector would experience a decline in its global standing. Indian origin students account for 18% of all international students in the US, bringing in around $8 billion annually through tuition and even living costs. Now, with all this, the contribution of Indian researchers and scholars in fields like biotechnology, space exploration and clean energy are monumental. Their absence would slow down advancement in these areas, hampering the US's ability to maintain its leadership in innovation. Now, this was the human cost. Let's talk about culturally. Now, culturally, if we're talking about, then the departure of Indians would create a noticeable void. Indian cuisine, a $4 billion industry in the US, would no longer be accessible. Butter chicken, samosa, chai, and beloved spices that define Indian food would disappear from Americans' dining. Festivals like Diwali, Holi and Navratri, which bring communities together with the colors and vibrancy, would no longer grace US cities. Then comes the entertainment. Bollywood, Indian classical music and traditional dance form, which have significantly following in the United States, would leave a gap in the art and entertainment industry. This cultural vacuum could strip many communities of the diversity and richness they currently enjoy. Now, on the political front, the absence of Indian Americans would reduce diversity in the United States policy making. Indian origin leaders, including Vice President Kamala Harris and 5 Indian American members of Congress, have played a pivotal role in shaping progressive politics. Indian Americans also contribute billions annually to charities, educational institutions and hospitals in the US. Now, losing this support would have direct negative impact on many vulnerable communities. Furthermore, the global perception of the US as a hub of talent and diversity would take a hit. Countries like Canada, Australia and the UK, which have increasingly attractive Indian professionals and students, would gain an edge. The absence of Indian talent and contribution would also tilt global economics and intellectual power. India itself, with a growing economy and projected GDP growth rate of 6.5% in 2025, could benefit significantly from a reverse migration of its diaspora. The potential loss of Indian talent highlights the need for immigration policy that support and nurture this particular community. Rising visa restriction, anti-immigration sentiment, and the cap on H-1B visa have already pushed many Indians to explore opportunities elsewhere. In Canada, for example, the Indian immigrant population has grown by 105% in the past decade, signaling a shift in global migration trend. So, basically, in conclusion, the hypothetical scenario of all Indians leaving the United States underscores the immense value that they bring to the nation. The economy would face talent shortage, cultural richness would be diminished, and the global competitiveness would weaken. Now, this thought experiment serves as a reminder of the significant contribution of the Indian community and the importance of the policy that encourage and sustain their presence in the United States.